First, welcome to the Arunachal Informer. It has become a signature for the Arunachal Informer that whenever Arunachal Informer comes on the screen, the team often try to come out on a very cardinal issues and presents to you a very eminent personality of our state. We have a very interesting and amazing personality in our state. If we speak about opposition party in Arunachal Pradesh, we have parties, but the Congress party's identity is there, who has been strongly voicing against the Bharatiya Janata Party's regime in the state. Not only that, whenever societal issues are being put into public domain, she is the only lady from the Arunachal Congress Committee who never fails to speak for the societal issues. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce one of the amazing political parties representative, Madam Toko Meena ji. Welcome to our dear
Thank you,
channel.
thank you, thank you.
And Ma'am Toko Meena, ma'am, she is currently discharging the responsibility of Arunachal Pradesh Congress Committee Vice President.
Yes, yes.
We will have a very interesting discussion pertaining to cardinal issues as well, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much for joining us again.
Thank you, thank you.
Ma'am, before we jump into serious topic, we
Mhm.
would like to know you are an intellectual and at the same time you could have turned out to be an academician as well,
Yes.
but you have jumped into this politics. So what are the reasons that brought into this politics field?
Thank you, Palaji, for inviting me to your channel. It's a great honor. And to tell the viewers over here, those who are watching this channel, Arunachal Informer, is it? Pale and I was colleague there in Himalayan University. He was teaching English and I was teaching social work. It's a great honor that you have turned into journalism, or say journalism. You have picked up journalism as your career option. So in the same way, many people join politics for good or bad reason, or maybe some other reason. For me, it was a reason, very important reason. There was a very important reason, that if you aspire to be an artist, or maybe to act in a movie, or say anything else, or maybe you want to serve people as a doctor or engineer, you choose that option as your career. So for me, I wanted to serve the people. I love my people, my state, and I could not tolerate, could not bear at all, so much of suppression, oppression, so much of illegitimate activities that were going in, that is still going in our state. So I have to be, and there was very rare representation of women in our state, in political leadership, or maybe say in participation in electoral politics. So I wanted to bring a change. There is a kahavat, if you want to see change, you have to be an agent of that change. So I thought, let me be the agent of that change. So I just participated in this political scenario, maybe the process which is going in our state. And finally, I say that I landed up in Arunachal Pradesh Congress Committee. It is not like that it happened just automatically. I observed, I made some reservation, I exposed. I tried to give myself an exposure to the political, scenario of this state, and then finally, I thought Congress is the only way, only party that can bring the changes which people wanted. So I joined Arunachal Pradesh Congress Committee, and today, after working for years at grassroots level, today I am here as a vice president of Pradesh Congress Committee.
Ma'am, now when it comes to Congress, because Congress party has also said their political regime in years back, now it is Bharatiya Janata Party's regime. Now, how are you going to differentiate Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress?
It is very easy to differentiate. There is nothing much to give a thought on it. देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी एंड कांग्रेस, इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस जो है हमारा, you can easily differentiate. Indian National Congress Party is a party which, promote social welfare, socialist ideology. It thinks about, it works about, it champions in poverty reduction. It works about equality, unity, saving the constitution, promoting the constitution of our country, guarding the constitution of our country. And BJP is Bharatiya Janata Party is a party which is based on uh, religious ideology. That is also one religion. It doesn't follow any secularism, जिसे हम कहते हैं ना सांप्रदायिकता, कौमवाद, वो नहीं मानता. And BJP has been always playing a divisive politics. You understand that? So that is the thing. So, when you give a deep thinking on that, generally, ek aam aadmi bhi, a common layman will follow the ideology and love Congress party. And they can easily differentiate what is the difference between the two party.
Okay. So the crux is the existence of Congress is endeavoring to preserve the very
Secularism,
yes very
democracy.
features of democratic essence that
Yes.
that need to be prevail in our
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
And now it has also been, criticized by, various political parties. Said the Congress political leaders are keep on asserting that the Bharatiya Janata Party is all set to strangle the term called secular. And many leaders are also there who has also drafted letters to, eradicate or abrogate this term called secular. So what do you would be commenting on this?
The word secular carry a bigger essence or say a larger magnitude that ever the Bharatiya Janata Party has thought about it. Because the country itself is a amalgamation of different communities, different people from different social background. The Bharatiya Janata Party, which they loudly claim about Sanskritik Virasat, the cultural, the tradition, heritage they spoke about, they very proudly campaign about it. What it constitute of different people from different area, from different places, different caste, culture, community. You cannot just erase the term secular or secularism from this country, or say people from the mind of the people, or maybe say the practice, the way of living of the people of this country. India, this term about unity in diversity.
Yes, yeah.
When we say unity in diversity, it means that India itself is an example, great example of unity in diversity in terms of religion, social background, caste, culture. Even in our constitution, you won't find that the constitution itself mention about removing of secularism, or say in Hindi it's say, or maybe religious pluralism. Yeah, you don't see anything mention about dharmic bahulwad there.
Yes,
The concept of India is not about restricting oneself to one particular practices or one particular set. So eradicating this concept of secular or secularism of Bharatiya Janata Party is a dream far along, which is not a truth. Never, it will never come to picture.
So, ma'am, can we conclude that the Bharatiya Janata Party, not all the political party leaders who comes under Bharatiya Janata Party, but there are some political leaders who has affiliation with the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are, crafting to abrogate this secular term called secular, because they are keep on justifying that this term is incorporation. Because when this preamble of the Constitution was set, it was drafted, it was not incorporated, but certain amendment took place, and accordingly it has been incorporated. Now, can we conclude that this the presence of Bharatiya Janata Party is a threat to secularism.
See, India, India itself has gained lots of changes within the period of time, area wise, population wise. It continuously been part of the, you may say lopsided, or maybe say parallel, or maybe say straight changes. So when you say constitution, it was not mentioned in the preamble of constitution, it was incorporated. The thing is that what is there, what's the need there to incorporate such a word of secular or secularism? It was there from the beginning, it is there. And the very surprising question is that when you talk about secular word, or maybe say secularism was incorporated in constitution, there is one pertinent question which arises: when the BJP party, the people, some of the people, or maybe some of the say those who play vital role, who act against constitution, they are saying that we want to change constitution, we want to totally delete it, because constitution is not in regard, or it's not adjusting, or maybe say in not complying to the culture of India.
Yes.
So how do people take it? Just just give a thought about it. When you talk about eliminating, may say, or may to change the entire constitution, how do you think about it? How do you take it? Changing whole constitution, and then you talk about, oh, there was no word in the preamble of constitution as a secular or secularism. But at the same time, on other hand, you talk about changing the whole constitution.
Yes.
So who is incorporating, who's eliminating, and what was there? You have to think about it.
We need to introspect pertaining to
Yeah,
this.
definitely.
And now, ma'am, the Congress party has initiated, and it has also got culminated, a very strong wave has also created. That was a movement called Bharat Joro Naya Yatra.
Yes, yes.
That movement has encompassed across the country, because it has even reached to our own state, Itanagar as well. And we could figure out that there were so many, participation. It was a huge in number. So, do you think that in this election, can there be any, changes with that Bharat Joro Nyaya Yatra?
Bharat Joro Nyaya Yatra was started as a Bharat Joro Yatra in the beginning. Then later, for the south to north, and for east to west, it was Bharat Joro Nyaya Yatra. Actually, it started by our former president and MP of Kerala, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, the most popular leader. He started with a ambition. It's not a political stunt, as you say, that what would be the impact of Bharat Joro Nyaya Yatra, whether Congress will gain more seat, or come to power. It was that yatra was an awareness yatra. We wanted people to understand what is going in the country, and it was the padiyatra, that foot march was about bringing up issues which today common people are struggling with it, like inflation, unemployment, political crisis, social injustice, economic injustice. Right. So all those things were there. And as you asked me that, like whether people, whether, especially in the context of Arunachal, whether Congress will come back, whether there will be a huge impact on this upcoming election, or say,
Yes.
I'm just saying it, you didn't say it. Yes, there will be, because people are, they are being part of the awareness. They have participated in the large number. In Hindi, we say Jan Sailab. In other state as well. And in Arunachal, you have seen that, there were like lakhs of people who turned up on the street of our capital. Why? Because they want Congress to come. They appreciate the hard work of Rahul Gandhi, bringing up issues that is eating up the country, that is, that is destroying the country, that is destroying our people, our state. Definitely, it has left a huge impact on our country and the people in terms of political scenario, or maybe in terms of getting a social justice, maybe in terms of getting economic justice, maybe people who were in the darkness still thinking, oh, kya ho raha hai, kya nahi ho raha hai. People have opened their eyes. Now they have started, retrospecting. They have started thinking. They are trying to give a second thought. They are, trying to, open their mind. Oh, this is the injustice that been executed to our community people. This is the injustice that we went through. So these things can be seen. People are getting very vocal. People are voicing out. You just check in the social media and you see how people are very active in pinpointing every single injustice has comments to them.
Yes, ma'am. This is going to be very interesting question because whenever I interact with my colleague and interact with many interactors, they often tell me that, see, Bharatiya Janata Party, when they came to power, the Arunachal Pradesh has both good road connectivity.
Mm-hmm.
There is a railway connectivity, and airline has also started.
Mm-hmm.
So all these are developmental activities that has been brought by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and they appreciate on that. So, what would be your comment on this?
See, it is not like that development or developmental activities is one's property. Everyone think about developing their own country, their own state, their own area, or maybe say for their people. Everyone has to do some or other thing. But when we talk about bringing more development, to bring more changes, for better communication, for better livelihood, to improve the living standard, getting more access to healthcare, or maybe say education, you know the Congress is a party who has paved the way for the people of this country to the to the development what today Bharatiya Janata Party is claiming for. Until unless you have to see, when our country got independence, that time we do not have the means for development that we are having today. Building up to this way, up to this mark where Bharatiya Janata Party is claiming, oh, we have developed this, developed that. Bharatiya Janata Party is only few years old party, formed in 1980, and Congress been from the beginning of pre-independence. So Congress has rooted everything. It has created a platform for anybody who comes and work on it. You cannot deny that Congress has not done anything. Bharatiya Janata Party has built this airport, that railway track, or maybe say that health center, or that educational institute. One cannot take the credit solely. One cannot take the credit solely. In terms of Arunachal, or maybe in the context of Arunachal, you talk about airport. The project was started in the Congress tenure, UPA government. And then you talk about railway project that started during the Congress government. And there are many more, regarding roads and all. This is the project which been started during the Congress. And development doesn't come easily. It's a slow process actually. Even the most developed country, they take time to develop certain things. So Congress has started, and by the time it was in the implementing phase, BJP has come to the power. They are doing the work, and it doesn't mean that BJP has developed and taking credit single-handedly. It is very disappointing, and it's very saddening that today BJP is claiming in a way.
Okay, the Congress Party, which is the oldest party among Indian political parties, Congress Party has immense role in getting India independent. And you are concluding that the Congress Party is the party which has brought fertile land in political arena and has thrown seed. And now some of political parties came into that fertile land, and that is now flourishing. Can we conclude on that point?
The party
Yes.
who cultivate the others hard work should always remember that time changes, and it is always good to give equal credit and honor the person who have put in so much of hard work. That could be a conclusion instead of saying Congress has thrown the seed in the fertile land and somebody has cultivated. Yeah, that can be also. Mm.
So the Congress party has paved the way for all the development. Can we conclude on?
Yeah, you can say that. You can boldly say that, and I proudly claim that Congress has paved the way to the development that today our people, our state, our country is having the access to it and being benefited by that.
Yes.
Mm.
Ma'am, now the Bharatiya Janata Party have been always highlighting this topic because the Bharatiya Janata Party has taken Uniform Civil Code for its implementation on top priority,
Mm.
and they are all set to get it implemented across the country. And Jharkhand, Rajasthan, and Assam, it's our nearest state. They are also have already pulled up their socks for its implementation. So, if Uniform Civil Code is implemented in our state, that is Arunachal Pradesh, don't you think it's going to drastically affect, because we are tribal people, we are indigenous people, we have certain customary laws, certain norms which we comply. So, do you think that the implementation of Bharatiya Janata Party's manifesto, UCC, will drastically affect our indigenous states?
You should put up this question to the people, those who are tirelessly working, the indigenous people, or maybe say, I'm also an indigenous person, which belongs to this state called Arunachal Pradesh, the land of rising sun. We proudly claim that. I should also ask myself, and I request my friend, indigenous friend there out there in Arunachal, that would you really accept uniform civil code? Uniform Civil Code, this the draft was presented in Parliament in 2019, I say, or it was withdrawn, I guess, without introducing the bill in 2020 as well. Because see, Uniform Civil Code is what? It's a uniform legal framework
Yes.
which is to be applied on the people of this country, maybe say forcefully, maybe say one-sidedly or one-handedly, or maybe say from single door. When we talk about implementing uniform civil code in the context of Arunachal, one pertinent question is that, are we ready? UCC is drafted on the basis of one particularly ideology, one particular ideology that promotes one religion practice. Whether our indigenous people are ready to accept it, we talk about customary laws, we talk about our own age old ancient practices. Will it be accepted under uniform civil code? That is the question. And what's about the minority in terms of social, minority in terms of religious practice, minority in terms of what area you belong to, what community you belong to, what caste you belong to? Are we ready to accept uniform civil code? This is the question we have to think about it. Are we really ready to come under one umbrella which gives us only one color, that is saffron, which is trying to saffronize everything? Are we ready to accept that color? Genuinely, we have to raise this question. Are we ready to eat what is eaten by our neighbors? Are we ready to wear what is worn by our colleagues, which is at distance? I cannot wear sari all the time. My friend cannot wear gale all the time, because our practices are different. We can be cordial to each other. We can be in a brotherhood or sisterhood relationship we can respect each other in terms of many practices, social practices, custom practices. Lekin we cannot make it as our way of life or way of living. It will create a great kind of what to say, havoc or difficulty for us to adopt certain things which just bombed onto us. So these are the things we have to really understand, that the pros and cons of any bill, any policies that comes, that introduced in our area, or maybe say we cannot replicate what is there in UP Bihar, and UP Bihar cannot replicate certain things which is here in Arunachal Pradesh. We really have to give a deep thought about it. It doesn't mean if we don't come under uniform civil code, it doesn't make less Indian, or it doesn't make us less patriotic. We are Indians. Without uniform civil code, we can survive. We have been surviving for 70, 75 years, in a maintaining a communal harmony, maintaining a peaceful, relation with each other. So we have to understand that.
Yes, ma'am. The beauty of India lies in unity in diversity.
That is there. Mm.
And now, ma'am, this would be the last question. Since the election politics is around the corner, right from even who are not legitimate enough or enough to vote, they are also speaking political languages this time. As the election is approaching, what would you like to comment on communal politics and money culture? These are something, their presence always dilute healthy democracy. They mean the true sense of healthy democracy. So what do you have to say?
Commenting on this communal politics and money culture politics, I'm actually tired of it. Uh, it's been there in politics for I think since from 2016. Very actively this communal politics has risen up, or maybe say putting a lots of great impact on people's mind. Communal politics has really taken place in our state. You see, when you talk about, for other state it's on religion, but in our state, communal politics can be termed as clan politics, brotherhood politics, maybe say sisterhood politics. You belong to this community, you belong to that community, you're bound to support that. Such kind of politics building up, which much hatred, creating a space for people or evil to work on it. We don't see, when the election thing comes up, we don't see each other, we don't look at each other. Everybody in the surrounding is your enemy, until unless you don't belong to one particular community whom you're supporting. So this thing has been introduced since 2016, I must say 2015-16. And regarding money culture, when you buy people from money and asking them to vote you, that is also the practices has become very strong from 2016 and 17. Why I am saying that is that people may be laughing out there, oh, Congress के समय नहीं होता था क्या? होता था. To be very honest, I'm here, aspiring many youths out there in Arunachal Pradesh. Everywhere, you buy, even in, if you go to, any program, you have to donate money. As a chief guest or invitee, you have to give some token of love. All these things happened before. Lekin abhi jo, from 2016, the politics, when you talk about money culture and the politics, the scene has taken a different shade. You make many leader MLAs to win from different parties, maybe allied groups. You make them to win from different constituency, from this different area. And if your proposed leader has lost the election,
Yes.
and the people who have won the election from other party, they have occupied the seat, then what you do, you started buying the leader itself, the MLA candidate. You don't buy the public.
Horse
You-
trading starts.
yeah, you buy the MLAs, you buy the leaders. this culture, this money culture, this communal politics has been very evident from 2016 and 17. Again and again, I'm saying, you don't buy people nowadays. You buy the head of the horse, the malik, the owner of the horse, to change the political setup, the scenario of the state. So this has been practicing in large and intensely in the country by the Bharatiya Janata Party. You see, there was a Congress government in Arunachal. What BJP has done? Kharidna. जैसे you buy potatoes in the market, right? You bargain. 20 रुपया का है, then you come to 15 rupees by bargain, then 10 rupees. It happened in Arunachal as well, in Goa, in UP, Bihar, Karnataka. BJP is, introducing, they have actually introduced this trend, buying leaders. In their own capacity, they don't win any seat, but what they do is that they destroy the elected government, or maybe say elected leaders. So this trend has been, in a big fashion these days. So my, what I feel, that communal politics and money culture, this should not be there in the picture of politics actually. Politics is all about, how you bring up your party to the point where people, the laymen, the public, pay regard to you. You work for the people. It's a divine way of, serving the people and the country through an ideology, to serve the people with your, with your greatness. But we cannot escape this money culture and what do you say, communal politics. It's been really getting deep rooted in today's political scenario that is there.
So, ma'am, we need to re-introspect. Are we really looking for the deserving person to be elected, or the person who is influential and has gathered ample money to induce us?
To be very honest, I have been in politics since my childhood. During my school days, I have been part of student organization. During my college, university, again, I've been part of student, organization affiliated to political parties. And now, in a full-fledged political party, I'm working as a karyakarta. So I have seen, I have experienced, and I have learned also that irrespective of any political party, the person who work hard, who is really concerned about issues that are there in their state, and issues that is related to the people, and issues that is related to development, issues that is related for the education, employment, good healthcare, economic development, political justice, equal participation of all community. Such people are hardly voted to a leadership, hardly voted to make a way to the electoral politics. In context of Arunachal, when we say आजकल तो engineer or businessman का जमाना है, openly I'm saying it, it's a common talk of the town. So I'm also a part of the town, so I'm also kind of giving you information that आजकल तो engineer or businessman का जमाना है.
Retired officer.
A retired officer, otherwise you take BRS and then come to the politics. It's like the people like me who are into serving the people and the country since from childhood, aspire to be a leader one day, that people will love me or love us, and put to a position where we can boldly or fearlessly, with the power, we can execute our responsibility. Can never have a dream to be in that, to reach that position. We keep on slogging like a pig, and finally the dog will come and leave the footprint and say, I am the one who has had been working so hard, and the honor will give award accordingly. So when you ask that the deserving one have a chance, but it's a hard way, it's very difficult to reach that place. Yeah, of course, money influences a lot, and there are many other factors that influences a lot, and which really create a hurdle for the deserving candidate, or maybe say deserving person, to reach the stage and the goal which is destined to.
Okay, it was a very interesting session, and thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. And stay tuned to Arunachal Informer for such lovely interactive session. And ma'am, what we always describe the team Arunachal Informer is we always try to pick out cardinal topic or issues which will have impact to the society. And the reason why we have been trying to apprehend you, I would say, and finally you have taken the time out, and it is our we are delighted, and it is an absolute